Assignment 3, Business Resources, Feedback. Well, what went well? A lot went well, actually. It was really well done. Obviously, these videos sometimes come across as a moan fest, but in general, it was done well. I really like the detailed scripts. You've obviously learnt a lot, and I think that's a credit to all of you as students. You addressed most of the areas of the brief. Some areas weren't tackled, but we'll talk about it later. But most were addressed, and you made a good stab at it, which I've got a lot of respect for people who put a stint in. Most of you who attempted the M got the M, so that made me quite happy, and I was really pleased with the performance that was put in. I think every time I do this, what I'll do is I'll highlight a SPAG issue to make sure you guys are aware of it. So that's spelling, punctuation, and grammar. And if we focus one issue every assignment, that way we'll improve. This is my big bugbear, something I've known to refer to people quite a few times, is paragraphing. And I'll show you why and what I see. How hard is this to read? It's one massive paragraph on a page. That's quite difficult to read. It means it's very hard. There's actually a lot of good points, and there's some really good content here, but it takes me about 3 or 4 times longer to read it than it should do. Really, it should be broken up into about 3 or 4 different places. Please, 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 folks, make sure that you paragraph, so that means breaking it off into different sections. There's a rule that I would tell you guys to follow, which is this: 1 point per paragraph. If you follow that and you focus on 1 point per paragraph, you will be fine. It will mean it's readable, it's easy, and it will help you in the future. It really will. It's a basic rule, but it so often gets forgotten about. 1 point per paragraph. It makes it so much easier. So, for example, if you're talking about one human resource point, so talk about performance management, then you separate it off and talk about teams. You start a new paragraph. You do not stick both of them together, however tempting. I will make sure that every time we have a video that we talk about something with literacy, because I think it's really important for you going into the future. So, mainly you referred because of 3 main reasons, and we're going to find out what those reasons are now. You saved your document as an incorrect file type. I did warn you folks that I wouldn't mark it, and those about 14 or 15 people who submitted their files as an incorrect file type, I didn't mark, and I didn't feedback. And I'll explain why. This is how it makes me feel. When you're sitting marking multiple scripts, and I've spent a long time over half term, probably about a day and a half's worth, marking about 70 odd, 90 scripts. It takes time to go through them, and when you see that and you've given instructions, it's difficult. The reason is because this is what I see from your side. From my side, if I mark it, this is exactly what I see. As you can see, if you don't put it in the PDF, I just see the slide, I don't see your notes. I can't really grade what's on the slide. That's difficult, and that makes it difficult for me. And as a result, I instantly refer to you. It's nothing personal, but the reason is because I've told you. I've showed you all twice. I showed you in a video. I've showed you as a demonstration. I've warned you on Moodle there. I also told you in the video as well. It highlights at times twice that if you didn't submit it as the correct file type, I wasn't going to feed back to you because I have a week to give it back. And I told you the deadlines. That's what we're following. No ifs, no buts. I produced 2 separate documents. So the videos there, I also gave a step-by-step set of instructions in the Turnitin help folder. Please folks, just make sure you follow it next time, because it shouldn't have happened. Anyone who sent me an email beforehand, I told them what to do. I was quite willing to do that. If all else fails, you can copy and paste the scripts into a Word document. And copy the entire slide into Word. Okay, this is an example of where I did it with this very slide. As you see, that's Word, and I literally just copied the slide in, and then you can just copy the notes underneath. Okay, point 2 was not linking your business to the task or whatever task it was. And that went for both the M and the D, but in particular the M. The 35% who didn't get it were pretty much all of you guilty of doing this. So basically what most people are doing is really good bit of information, however, you've been referred, and I want to explain why. This is great information, but it's not linked to a business. It even meant this bit was really good. It even uses loads of research or talking about loads of different things, like motivation, staff, and what the benefits are, and it uses reference from the Telegraph. Brilliant. I really liked what this person did, and they justified it. But what it didn't do is it didn't link it to a business. So essentially, it's not showing a skill there. What I want to do is show a skill. So to improve it, there's a little formula you can follow, and it's this bad boy. If you use information and you link it, that will help you go further. That will basically help you in the future. That will make sure you pass a P or an M criteria pretty much straight away. When it comes to a D, obviously you have to put a bit of evaluation in, but it should help you. So information and a link will make you pass. So this person did a really good assignment. I've only taken a couple of lines out just to show what she's done. She was talking about a salon, but she talks about shared goals and performance management, and she linked them. Basically, she used a bit of information, but the most important thing is she linked it. She made it relevant, because anyone can reel off facts and figures or a theory, but if you make it and apply it and you link it, that's a higher level skill, and that's what we're looking at level 3. Level 2 you might have been able to get away with it, but level 3 you need to actually be talking about the case study. Okay, final part. This is particularly important with the D, was not following the entire brief. This part of the brief wasn't done that well. Are there other factors outside their control which could affect the business performance? If so, what sort of factors and how? That area wasn't done that well. It was highlighted in the video. It was also talked about, and it's a bit disappointing because the information was there. So 2 areas to examine really are laws and the economic cycle. So these are all out of control for the business. You need to talk about what the impact is. If you want to get the information, so for example, you want to talk about the business cycle, talk about what happens in recession and growth and the challenges it causes for a business in terms of human, physical and technological resources, you can do it. Same with legislation. So for example, if there's a law that you think might impact on how a business operates in terms of technological, physical, human, financial, you can talk about it. All those resources are on Moodle. They're in the business resource section. Please use them. They are not high level, they're actually quite low level. But what they do is they give you enough information to apply it, and it's up to you to apply it. This part is really a technical issue. It was basically you guys struggling with the evaluation part. I would expect that at this point, so I'm going to give you a couple of pointers how to start your sentences to really give you a bit more oomph. So really what this set part is asking you is to make a judgment about how important you think managing all areas of resources are for helping a business to improve performance. So basically think, are there more areas which are important? If so, why? Make a judgment, okay? Make a judgment. That whole point of if so, which areas and why. It's asking you to make a justified judgment. Why is it more important? So basically, I think human, physical, financial, technological, so you pick one of them. So you say, I think human resources because, you explain why. Go into detail. And then say why it's more important than physical, financial, technological. A more complex and probably a better answer would be, human, physical, technological is the most important because. However, you can then talk about the other areas and why they're important. In reality, all of them are important. However, one might be more important for your case study. It's about how you apply it. If you follow that magic formula, you will succeed. So remember, using a bit of information and then applying it to the business. If you use that again in this example and you follow this sentence starter, you will end up with a much better and improved assignment. Thanks very much.